What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of Sharpe Shorts. Big thanks goes out to Gary, who submitted an article written by Holly Riordan, who is a feminist blogger and writer for ThoughtCatalog.com, which, of course, is another website that leads women astray with their posts. Anyway, the article that Gary submitted is entitled 9 Things That Happen When You Love Someone Manipulative. And trust me when I tell you guys that this post is a laughable disaster. Guys, there are hamster droppings and ridiculous female logic at every turn. And the first 3 things on her list, on this ridiculous list, they're going to make you scratch your head and say, what on God's green earth is she yammering on about? These kinds of articles and the girls who write them are 2 of many reasons that today's women are an absolute joke. And you guys are really going to get a kick out of what comes out of this chick's mind. Before I get into the article, let me quickly remind you guys that you can get your hands on my ebook. My free ebook, 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship, absolutely free. All you got to do is subscribe to my email list at donovansharpe.com/newsletter, and the book is yours. Not only is my ebook packed with rock-solid, actionable advice and information that can be used in the real world right now, it also has a lot of coupons that will give you discounts on my award-winning courses, like how to build a quality woman from the ground up and how to master the game. Now, the information in my ebook will keep you from getting tricked by bad girls pretending to be good girls, which obviously can save you a lot of time, money, and heartache. So go to donovansharpe.com/newsletter to get your copy today. The link is in the description. Okay, let's get back to the article. Number 1, she says, you spend a lot of time apologizing. For some reason, she starts, you always feel like fights are your fault. Even when you start out angry at your person for hurting your feelings, they always find a way to turn the situation around to make you look like the bad guy. They never take the blame themselves. You're always the one saying sorry, the one feeling guilty, the one begging for the relationship not to end. Gentlemen, what you're going to have to understand about today's women is that they believe that engaging in behaviors that lead to cheating are healthy and normal. And because of this, they are not going to react well when you tell them that you don't date women who go to bars or clubs. They're not going to like it when you tell them that you don't commit to women who keep in contact with men they've hooked up with in the past. She's not going to like it when you tell her that she has to show you her phone whenever you instruct her to in order to be in a committed relationship with you. Guys, most women won't give up clubs. Most women won't give up staying in contact with past flings. And I don't know of any woman, maybe 0.01%, but 99.999% of women are not going to give up their phones for commitment because, number 1, they're used to getting commitment for nothing. And number 2, they cannot imagine their lives without entertaining multiple men who are all trying to hook up with her. But every so often, you will meet a girl who really does want to be with you and is willing to pay the price. At least she is at first. Guys, the bottom line is this. Women can say whatever they want, but we know not to believe anything that comes out of their mouths as a matter of common red pill sense. No, guys like us, we watch their actions. And when the rubber meets the road, most women who say that they're willing to do what it takes to be in a relationship with a man like you, they tend to figure out pretty quickly that it is a lot easier said than done. And the very first time a man of value actually reprimands the behaviors that she swore on her mother's life that she would stop, she apologizes. Now, to be fair, we as men, we have to expect that there is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. You got to understand, women are not used to being with red pill aware men. So it stands to reason that they're going to slip up every now and again. Because remember, these are habits we're trying to break. So we can't expect perfection right out of the gate. But by the same token, we must be steadfast in our beliefs and never give a single inch when it comes to the things that we will not tolerate. So when she asks you if she can reactivate her Facebook page and you tell her, sure, just make sure you change your relationship status to single, she's going to get angry. She's going to try to start a fight. Then she will accuse you of hurting her feelings. Now, at this point, you calmly tell her, look, I'm not going to put a gun to your head, sweetie. I'm giving you a choice. You can either have Facebook or you can have this relationship, but you're not going to have both. So hurry up and make your choice because I've got better things to do than to argue with my soon-to-be ex-girlfriend. Realizing at that point that she doesn't want to end the relationship, at least not yet, she apologizes and drops the subject. But then, the very next day, she tells her friend about the fight, to which her friend replies, OMG, he totally turned this around to make you look like the bad guy. Why are you always apologizing to him anyway? You're too good for him, girl. Stop begging him not to leave. Well, after a while, guys, she's going to follow this advice, and she ends up sabotaging a relationship with a man she truly loves and respects all because her friend told her she apologizes too much. It's a pity. Number 2, she says, your self-esteem drops significantly. Before you started dating your person, she says, you considered yourself strong and independent, but now you aren't so sure of yourself. You spend a lot of time questioning your opinions, your emotions, your memory, and your worth. Your person's constant backhanded compliments, she says, and silent treatments have taken a toll on you. What a lot of people fail to realize, and this is both men and women, but what a lot of people fail to realize is that in order to undergo a radical change that makes you better, you've got to have your ego completely destroyed. You need to be taken down as many pegs as humanly possible and necessary in order to make you realize that you need to change. Listen, I'll make a sports reference here. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, got cut by his high school basketball team and then got beat down by the bad boy Detroit Pistons twice before he finally realized that he had to hit the gym and build some muscle mass in order to withstand the physicality of playing against guys like Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn, Dennis Rodman. When he did it, it elevated him to GOAT status. Here's another reference, Tom Brady. Tom Brady had to sit behind Brian Griese at Michigan and watch him win a national championship, and then sit behind Drew Henson, and then get passed up by every NFL team 5 times before getting drafted in the 6th round by the New England Patriots, and then sit behind Drew Bledsoe. Guys, Brady had to have his ego completely destroyed in order to realize that his lack of athletic ability, that required him to develop pinpoint accuracy and a borderline psychotic level work ethic. And when he did it, he became the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Guys, Michael Jordan and Tom Brady had to be stripped down. They had to have their egos completely just destroyed in order to grow and become better. When a woman gets with a man who has himself together and requires her to be the very best woman she can be according to his standards and expectations, he's going to have to break her down, guys. When he does this, her self-esteem goes right out the window. She questions her opinions. She questions her emotions. She questions her memory. She questions her self-worth. And guess what, guys? She should. You see, ladies, and I'm talking to you now here. Ladies, if you really want a good relationship with a man who's worth his salt, your ego will have to be destroyed. He's going to have to break you down so that he can build you up. He can't build you into the kind of woman worthy of love and respect if he builds it on a foundation of your faulty programming that makes you think that it's perfectly okay to put your relationship at risk each and every day. Dude, my girlfriend Devin will not hesitate you that I broke her all the way down. I had to strip her down to the studs. And trust me when I tell you, she didn't like it. And to be honest with you, a lot of times, neither did I. Being broken of her bad habits was not an easy process, gentlemen. Do not get it twisted. There was a lot of yelling on my end, and there was a lot of crying on her end. But you know what else Devin will tell you? Devin will tell you that she's a better woman for it. She is, without a doubt, the very best version of herself. She's mentally sharper. She has much more self-worth, which, by the way, is based on actions of substance rather than attention from random men. And she's healthier than she's ever been in her life. And this is mentally, physically, and emotionally. So yeah, Miss Riordan, you're right. Your self-esteem does drop significantly, especially when you're dealing with a man who demands your best, which is something you're clearly advising women against wanting. Yeah, make that make sense. Number 3, you spend most of your time disappointed. She continues, sometimes, she says, your person promises you things without following through. Other times, fun nights are ruined with intense fights. Whenever you experience a little bit of happiness, it gets taken away rather quickly. Your relationship is a roller coaster with a million little ups and downs, mostly downs. Notice how she didn't give any specific examples of broken promises. Then she jumps right to the fun nights being ruined with intense fights and happiness being quickly taken away. What she isn't telling you is that fun nights that are ruined with intense fights are because of things that she's done during those fun nights. Okay? She tells her best friend about her possessive, controlling boyfriend, Donovan, who took her home for what she'll characterize as no reason. But she won't tell her that it was because she got chatty with the waiter and that Donovan does not tolerate this kind of disrespectful behavior. She'll complain about the fight that they got into about him not allowing her to go to happy hour after work with the sales department. But what she won't tell you is that her boyfriend, Donovan, will withdraw his attention if she goes to bars or clubs, even if it's for a work function. Guys, I'm here to tell you, women are only disappointed when they can't have their cake and eat it too. It's like when they describe a choice as an ultimatum. Women describe a choice as an ultimatum when they don't like their options. They call choices ultimatums when they can't have it both ways. What Holly fails to mention is that 9 times out of 10, these fun nights that are ruined with these intense fights are caused by her and other women getting out of pocket and their boyfriend not tolerating it. Everything is all harmonious and peaceful when she can misbehave without any consequences or repercussions. But if a man has the audacity to just up and leave because she had a headache and didn't want to give it up, she'll characterize this as happiness being taken away. Why? Because happiness to a woman is getting all of the benefits without paying any of the costs. And any man who abides by quid pro quo is toxic and oppressive. Guys, I've dissected her entire post, all 9 items on her list, and the way I break it down is most definitely not safe for YouTube. So if you want to watch the full, unedited, unfiltered, raw, real version, go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. There you will also get access to my live daily stream, my archives, weekly webinars, and much more. Again, that's patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to get your hands on exclusive content not found anywhere else. Thanks for watching, guys. The links are in the description.